Dawn of War 4 is going to be playable once again this weekend, and so today's video is going to cover everything that you will need to know about this next playtest. Alright, so it's been a long time, like really seriously long, since we've had any real solid news to talk about here on Dawn of War Central. But today, that all changes. We've got another round of closed alpha testing that has officially been announced, and it's happening very soon, running from the 10th of April through to the 12th of April. But here is where it gets interesting. Because of how many people signed up during the last 3 testing rounds, and yeah, there were a lot of you, they are actually tripling the size of this upcoming playtest. That is a massive jump, and so there's going to be so many more people who will be able to playtest the game. If you've been sitting there thinking, man, I really want to get into one of these playtests, your chances just got a whole lot better. However, there is a catch. They're not so much focusing on new signups this time around. Instead, priority is going to people who have already registered their interest before. So if you've signed up in the past and didn't quite get in, you are basically in the pool that they are pulling in from right now. That backlog of candidates, well, that's who they are working through. So be sure to keep an eye out on your email over the next few days, because that's where you'll find out if you've been selected. And yes, don't forget to always check your spam folder, because I'm sure you really won't want to miss that invite. Now, a quick reminder about how these tests work. It's important to know that this playtest is still considered an early alpha build of the game, and everything will be under NDA, which stands for Non-Disclosure Agreement. If you do get in, you'll need to agree not to share anything. No screenshots, no recordings, no discussions, absolutely nothing. So don't expect a gameplay footage popping up online from this test, because anyone participating is locked in pretty tight. Also, if you somehow don't already have one, you will need a Discord account to take part. It is free, easy to set up, and required for communication during the test. So after a long stretch of silence, this is quite a pretty big moment. A larger playtest, more players getting access to the game for a short period of time, and clear signs that things are moving forward behind the scenes. If you've signed up before, now is the time to stay alert. And if you didn't, well, you might just have to wait a bit longer. But at least things are happening again. And to be honest, it just shows that it is really worth signing up to the newsletter now, in hope for future playtests at least. I'll leave a link to it in the video description. Now, a really important question I want to ask you all: if you do get in, what is the first game mode that you would want to try out the most, and which faction would you want to play the most? Is it the Space Marines, Necrons, Orcs, or Adeptus Mechanicus? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, I really appreciate the support you guys give on the channel. Stay tuned, because if more news drops about Dawn of War 4, you'll know that we'll be covering it right here on Dawn of War Central. Take care, and see you next time.